Hi, my name is David Whitney Burt. Um, First of all, I'm here to tell you how, how I came to the Lord and how I became a Christian and how God led me to form this group. First of all, I was born on November 13th, 1973 in Passaic, New Jersey to atheist parents and raised in an atheist family background. Spent most of my time as an atheist. I have Asperger's syndrome, a form of social disability and autism. I am the son of a movie autograph writing expert, Al Whitney Burt. I have met many famous movie and TV stars such as John Carpenter, Don Adams, Jonathan Winters, and Gene Roddenberry, Patrick Stewart, and other stars. I've attended many movie, TV, Star Trek, and science fiction conventions with my father. I've had a good to fair family life. I I went through bad experiences in my public school life, experienced terrible trials in mental hospitals with psychiatrists and other worldly counselors, and special charter public schools, mainly with peers and staff. I was picked on and verbally abused and beat up by my peers. Most of my life, I've hardly had any friends or a successful social life. I suffered from depression for a long time and had suicide attempts. I have been to a lot of worldly programs and worldly counselors. Like I said, I've been to a lot of worldly programs and worldly counselors and centers and had a lot of experience with autism people and to autism itself. My experience is no better help than God and His Son Jesus Christ. I didn't. I've. I've had. It's been very hard for me. I tried to have a relationship with a woman, and it always blown up in my face. Anyway, um, my my walk with the Lord didn't start until I went to a mail order bride internet service, hoping to find love in a woman after a lot of attempts to begin relationships with women. I met a Russian woman in 1998, corresponded with her a year, and met her in person in Russia in April 1999, stayed a few months in Russia, and was engaged to marry her. I was making plans to bring her to America to marry, and also I looked like I was going to get a successful job in Titusville. In August, I did not get that successful job in Titusville, and she broke my heart and left me, and I attempted suicide. In September 1999, I was convinced I couldn't die. I, I was severely depressed that things would not get better for me. So I decided to apply for a, a job at a greenhouse to earn money for a couple of months. And then I was going to make a plan for suicide around March of 2000. I was going to take a pleasure trip and just kill myself there. I'd figure my life would not get any better. So I applied for a job at AgriStarts, and this was the first time I met Ollie Patterson, who was really the first person one of the few people that ever cared. He was manager of Greenhouse. He introduced me to Jesus. At first, the first couple of months, I I refused to accept Christ and thought Christianity was a fraud. And Ollie never gave up on me. I gave him a hard time. I mocked Christianity. And after many times of him inviting me to go to church just to get him on my back, I gave in and went on February 2000. I decided he's been so good to me that I'm going to go to church just for him, and then in about a week after that, I was going to give my notice that I was going to quit and plan my pleasure trip. So, on February 2000, I went to Calvary Chapel of Orlando, was my first church. And that was the first time I saw Pastor Gib Allen. At first I thought the worship music was awful. I thought those people looked ridiculous waving their hands. And then when I saw Pastor Gib, I said, oh my goodness, this guy looks so boring. He's going to bore me to death. And I said, why the heck did I come here? But when he spoke, I had an arrogant attitude. He read my mind. It was like he read my mind on my faults when he read the Word by using the Bible. And I was so shocked. But he spoke it in a gentle way, didn't mention me, and he was looking at me, and that was the scariest part. It's like he knew what I was up to. He knew what I was going to do. I was going to go on this pleasure trip to Central America, fool around with some prostitutes, stuff like that, enjoy myself. But I got so frightened. I was scared stiff, but he spoke it in a gentle way. Something spoke in my mind a few weeks, and I decided to delay my plans and decide not to tell Ollie I'm quitting. And I said, oh my goodness, how did this guy know? I tried to figure out for weeks, how did he know what I was up to? I told nobody, not even my own parents, what I was going to do. Something spoke in my mind. After a few weeks, I went to a Lake County Fair. I was given a booklet by a stranger, and in the beginning it said that you feel no one cares. God always cares, and read through this booklet. It was steps in becoming a Christian. And this was the first time God was speaking to me in this booklet. It was a message, how he really cared about me and touched my heart. In March 2000 is when I became a Christian and asked God for forgiveness. It took time to overcome my other feelings, but I've gotten better. After 2000, I got emotionally better. It took time through. I made some friends in church, in singles ministry, and for the first time in my life, no one looked at my disability, accepted me, and treated me as an equal human being. In November 2001, God called me to take classes in Calvary Chapel Bible College, the Biblical Counseling class, and the Bible Testament classes. In May 2003, I used my after attending a Spain missions trip. In 2002, I've decided to use my training in the Calvary Chapel Bible College God led me through to form this autistic ministry. At first, I tried it with a regular autistic group, but it upset a lot of people, and it didn't do any good. I tried to find other groups for Christians with autism, but I couldn't find it. And God had given me. Then I decided to form the Christian Asperger Autism Group on August 2003. God has given me a desire to help others like me and to share his love and strengths in living with autism. I met many stars, but I didn't meet anyone more famous or more better than Jesus Christ. And the funny thing was, when I created this group, in 2005, I met my future wife in this group, Margaret Robertson. She joined this group. She was in a relationship with another man, which she just broke off with. She was currently dating that guy when I first knew her, and I said, she's just right for me. She loves Star Wars. She loves Star Trek. She has the passion like I do. It's too bad she isn't available. But when she told me she broke up with this guy, it was the greatest feeling in my life. She was available. And then in 2007, we got married. We got married. And because of God having me form this group, if I didn't form this group, I would have never met her. The love of my life, Margaret. So 2007, and that's what we are today. And this is how the Christian Asperger Autism group was formed. And I went to, in 2005, I helped build Calvary Chapel of the Lakes. And in 2010, we moved to Wheeling, West Virginia. And now we're currently tending the Vineyard Church. So this is how God has inspired me, and that's how I became a Christian. And I hope you enjoy this testimony. And also, Ollie, as you know, became my best man. And now we're currently going to have a child. If I had not met God, He wouldn't have gave me these amazing things. And that's my testimony. I forgot to add that.